What's up, fight fans? My name is Anik Subramanian, and I am the face of Energy TV. Today, I'm joined by a college football national champion who's a UFC veteran who just knocked out Chris Weidman. I'm here with the pride of Alabama, your boy, Eryk Anders. We're going to catch up with Eryk today and then dive into his time acting on Cobra Kai. So, Eryk, first of all, how's life been since knocking out the great Chris Weidman?
It's been good, man. Just bought a new house, got moved in over Christmas. Still built a fence. Just kind of living the American dream.
That's awesome, man. I hope you're enjoying the new house. I'm wondering, when would you like to return to the octagon next and against who?
Um, I don't have any names in mind. Like it really don't matter to me. Like maybe late April, May time frame. I have a business trip scheduled in March to Norway to do some jiu-jitsu seminars and things like that. So but then I'd run a full camp afterwards. But if the name is right, I'm in shape now. But depending on who, what, when, where, I could take a short notice fight too. So we'll
I
see
got,
what the UFC got lined up for me.
I got you. So we did talk about this at UFC 310 a little bit. Have you spoken to Coach Saban, Coach Nick Saban, about potentially being in your corner yet?
Nah, I haven't yet. But now would be the time to do it actually because it's the off season. He's not doing the football stuff no more. The college game day and stuff. So right now would be a perfect time, spring, especially now he ain't got to go out there and recruit no more. So we'll see what's up.
Yeah, hey, Coach Saban, you hear this? Now, I'm not going to ask too many fight questions. I'm going to change gears here because I want to talk about something really cool. You had an acting role in the Netflix series Cobra Kai. The shows features Ralph Macchio, William Zabka. How did this role come about, and was it your first ever acting role?
Nah, it isn't. I had some, I guess, like, yeah, well, kind of. That some guys came here to film Even Dorf, which, if you've seen the very first Blade, he's Frost. He's the main bad guy, and he's also in True Detective too. Um, they came here, filmed the movie, an MMA movie called Embattled. So a bunch of us guys from the gym, got kind of like and found roles, and then they filmed Cobra Kai right down the street in Atlanta. It's about 2 hours away, so they were, the scene was set in Mexico, so they were looking for a big Mexican looking dude. So I had already met a stunt coordinator for Cobra Kai through Embattled, and so he just kind of threw my name in the hat. They liked what they saw, and let me do the part.
That's sick, man. Now, that big Mexican guy, his character name was Vicente, and you were on season 5, episode
The
2.
Wolf.
Yeah,
Uh,
and you got to fight Johnny Lawrence in your part. You were beating the crap out of him until the last moment where his son Robbie threw that burning piece of food in your eye. How did it feel to fight Sensei Lawrence?
Man, nah, dude, it was such a great experience. Newfound respect for actors, because that, I was probably in like a total maybe like 2 minutes of a 30-minute episode, and that was 2 12-hour days to film those two scenes. So, man, I must have fought that fight 100 times, and that too, rehearsed it, and then we got to fight day, or we got to this day where we were doing the scene, and they completely, scrubbed what we had rehearsed. They kind of made up a new fight scene on the fly, and yeah, so like I fought Johnny Lawrence. They brought in his stunt double and like changed all the cameras around, and then I had to do it all over again another 100 times. So, man, it just took forever just to film that fight scene, and I don't know if it's because I'm a shitty actor or just because they wanted more content so that they can, edit it and put it together how they want to. But man, it took forever. But I have like a newfound respect for actors. I just kind of thought they were prima donnas who everybody's kind of kissed their ass kind of thing. But I understand now why, they get paid a lot of money.
Yeah, so you definitely learned patience there. Now I want to know like what.
Well, yeah, just how hard they work, dude. That was, I couldn't imagine. That was one, you know, one scene now, let alone a whole season, with like 10 episodes. Like, that's crazy.
It is, man. That sounds like a lot of work. And because Cobra Kai has so many fight scenes, they're probably swapping in the main actor, the stunt double. They're going back and forth.
But dude, actually, Johnny Lawrence, dude, he did all that stuff himself for the most part. Uh, yeah, even the parts where I was hitting him, and I actually hit him while we were rehearsing, or while we were filming that. I actually hit him, and he took it like a G. Like,
That's crazy, man. And what's crazy is when you guys filmed that, William Zabka, Johnny Lawrence, he was actually in his late 50s. So it's pretty amazing. He can still take it 30 years after the Karate Kid.
he threw that spinning kick. That's him. Everything that he did was him. The only time they brought in the stunt double was when they weren't showing his face.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
So
So we filmed it. We filmed it. The whole fight scene. He did the whole fight scene himself. And then once we wanted it, they changed the camera so it was facing me. And then they brought in the stunt double. So when you see him fighting, that's actually him fighting.
And since he's doing all these fight scenes, Ralph Macchio and William Zabka, they're both in their early 60s now. I'm wondering, did they do like extensive stretching before they threw all these spinning wheel kicks and stuff?
Dude, I think William Zapka just showed up and kind of did his thing and then bounced. The cool thing about him and watching Cobra Kai is William Zapka is Johnny Lawrence. Like they're the other thing, like he's funny like that. Like he has all those one-liners and says all the funny stuff in real life. So it was cool to see that like it's not really much of a acting gig for him.
So it's just him. Now, I'm guessing you spent the most time interacting with him because you did that one big scene with him, right?
Yeah, him and Robbie and the Blue Beetle. What's his name? Zolo.
Yeah, Miguel.
Uh, Miguel. Yeah. Well, his real name is like Zolo or
Yeah.
like that. And yeah, those three were the main guys that I interacted with because I did a scene with Miguel, and then obviously Robbie, gave Johnny the pepper, and I fought Johnny. So yeah, all really cool dude.
That's awesome, man. That's pretty cool because I've always wondered as a religious watcher of this show, wondering what are they like in real life. So it's cool to know that especially Johnny Lawrence, he's actually Johnny Lawrence in real life and in acting because that's something the world has been wondering for the last 35, 40 years.
Nah, yeah, he is. They're the
Now, for this acting gig, I know you mentioned you're open to acting again after your career. What type of things do you think you need to improve on before you jump back into acting?
actually like acting, uh far out of my comfort zone and what I'm used to go in there and have lines, especially like lines in Spanish that they ended up like cutting my lines and doing someone else's voice over for my lines because like again it was probably so bad. And yeah, I think like with me, all I need is reps, and the more I do it, the better I'll get. And, I think it would be really dope to go out there and be able to do that. So, you know, we'll see what happens.
Exactly, man. I think, hey, if you do a little bit of acting classes after you retire from fighting, I think you'll be good to go. And like you said, reps, keep doing it, and soon you're going to be a movie star.
Yeah, I'd love to. I mean, a lot safer than fighting. Probably pays a lot more too.
That's true, man. Now, Cobra Kai Season 6 Part 3 comes out on February 13th. It's the final season. We're in for a dramatic finale. Have you watched every episode in the lead up to that?
I haven't. I really don't watch a whole lot of TV. I just, I'm up all day, hustling and trying to make moves and money and, start a business and get a gym going and things like that. So when I come home, even like I'm picking my kid up from wrestling practice right now. I'm gonna take him home, feed him dinner, and then go train some more. So, and I just don't have a whole lot of free time to go watch TV and stuff like that. And when I do, I kind of just turn the TV on to fall asleep, put on some Forensic Files and, pass out.
Yeah, no, that makes sense, man. You're a busy guy. So when you were filming Cobra Kai, was this in between fights? Like when did you fight? Like before and after that?
Um, that's a good question. I think I filmed it in the summer, whenever that was. I don't shit, dude. That's a good question. I don't even remember. About to get in the car. He could probably tell you better than me. But yeah, I think I had actually just come off of surgery for something. I don't remember. It's a good question.
No worries, man. Now I got two more quick questions for you, rapid fire, and then I'll let you go. So I'm gonna ask
All
you.
right, let's do it.
So who do you root more for, Johnny Lawrence or Ralph Macchio?
Johnny Lawrence, dude. I think if you go back and watch the original Cobra Kai's, he's not, Ralph Macchio is a bad guy. He stole the guy's girl. He hit him with an illegal kick or strike or whatever. And I just think that, like, the character, even like especially in like Cobra Kai, rather than the Karate Kid, like Johnny Lawrence for me is a much more likable character. Like he's funny. I like Johnny Lawrence's character better.
I'm glad someone finally agrees with me. So, and and one last
Yeah,
one for me. If you could pick one Cobra Kai to back you in a street fight, who would it be?
I'm riding with Johnny. You know what I'm saying? He already beat me with them hands, so we can go. I'd love to have him have my back.
Rivals turned into teammates. I love it, man.
That's right.
Eryk, yeah, no, thank you so much for hopping on. I love doing something different with you, so I do appreciate it. You got one last message for the fans?
Man, appreciate you guys' love. Saying it really does mean a lot, and tune in for the next one.